Hello everyone, my name is Paras Rana and I am a project manager from Team Floaters to explain resource leveling of Marine Research Vessel project. Here is a list of my team members: Kisa, Bhushan, Louis, Sarthak and David. Executive summary. Resource leveling aims to minimize the variation in resource loading by shifting the task within their slack allowances. The main purpose is to create the smooth distribution of resource utilization. Let me explain. When you plan your original project, it's quite possible that there will be a large fluctuation in project execution. This fluctuation in resource loading can be minimized by two ways. The first, ensure the resources are available on time. Second one, to reduce the hiring firing cost. The resource leveling helps to manage the trade-offs among technical performance, time, and cost, which are important parameters of any project. In this presentation, I will explain you methodology of resource leveling, implementation of resource leveling to existing project, manpower requirement, and at last, budget summary and budget comparison of three versions of the project. Methodology. Let me explain resource leveling with the simple example. This example consists three activities. Activity A requires 2 workers and it takes 2 days. Activity B requires 2 workers and it takes 3 days. And activity C requires 4 workers and it takes 5 days to complete. These activities are presented with resources and time by these two figures. On the left side figure, the activities are presented on y-axis and days are presented on x-axis. On the right side figure, the workers are presented on y-axis and days are presented on x-axis. All these activities begin on early start dates, which is represented by this solid line. Dotted line represents the slack allowances. Once activity A is completed by 2 workers in 2 days, there would be no need of these 2 workers in next 3 days. Similarly, activity B is completed by 2 workers in 3 days, there would be no need of these 2 workers in next 2 days. So, resource leveling is the important tool to achieve the trade-off between the resource allocations and time. Here I have explained it. Once the resources are level, it looks like this. There would be late start for activity B instead of early start. Once activity A is completed by 2 workers in 2 days, these 2 workers will transfer to activity B. And activity B is completed by these 2 workers in next 3 days. So instead of having 8 workers, all 3 activities could be completed by 6 workers. I have applied the same concept to our original project. Here is the original non-crash project schedule. On the left side, the table gives you the list of activities with task labeling, predecessor activity, manpower requirement, and duration. On the right side, Gantt chart represents the activity in graphical form. From the Gantt chart, it is obvious that all three activities is design, acquisition and quality check of hull system, deck system, cabin system, electrical system, propulsion system and control system executed on the same time duration. Slack activities. This table shows you the list of activities with slack allowances and these activities are highlighted by blue colors. Resource leveling. I have shifted activities which is highlighted in green colors in slack allowances in such a way that it won't delay the project. All these activities would begin on latest start date instead of early start date. Let me explain you briefly. The first team having one design engineer to acquisition engineer to quality engineer starts working on hull system. And similarly, a second team of one design engineer to acquisition engineer and to quality engineer starts working on cabin system on early start date. Once design of the hull is completed, the design engineer will transfer to the design of deck. Similarly, a to acquisition engineer to quality engineer will be transferred to the deck system once acquisition and quality check of hull parts are completed. Likewise, this second team will be transferred to electrical system once design, acquisition, and quality check of cabin system is completed. And propulsion system and control system would be executed by these two teams in the similar way. As a result of resource loading, team can minimize the fluctuation in hiring and firing of the project. As it's obvious from the figure that the manpower requirement for original project is highly fluctuated over the project duration. After the resources are level, the manpower requirement is uniformly distributed over the project duration. The resource leveling helps to reduce the overall project budget of the project as well. As you can see in the table that original project of the budget is 514,657 with 118 days and 57 manpower requirements. Whereas the crash project would be completed with 585,778 budget in 86 days with 75 manpower. This resource leveling enables us to stay on project, helps us to save some money by reducing hiring, firing, and increase the availability of resources on time. So, level version of the project can be completed with 490,092 budget in 118 days with 37 manpower. And this slide gives the information, detailed budget comparisons between three versions of the project. And from the table, it can be concluded that the normal project is increased by 12.4 percentage after crashing, and however, a normal budget is decreased by 4.7 percentage after leveling. Thank you.